Community investments include the Hicks Partners grant writing services and regional planning support as regional planning works to model zoning code development. The community investments also include increases in our outreach programs for veteran services. We're also continuing to invest in our information technology in the areas of cybersecurity and IT infrastructure. As IT Director Dan Neely explains, we are frequently under attack from outside forces and must work diligently to protect county resources. These cybersecurity investments are being made to help protect county information technology assets and information. And with our IT infrastructure investments, we are being used to utilize our strategic partners as they help us stay efficient in our IT operational needs. All of us are dedicated to continue to work together as we face uncertainty in market conditions and inflationary pressures. Our leadership continues to remain cautious as we continue to monitor and track our impacts both in our revenue and our expenses. Lastly, we will look to the future as we work to project changes in our environment and continue to serve, connect, and protect our citizens. I want to once again say thank you to everyone as we turn our focus to 2025 to face new challenges and opportunities. Any questions?
I don't have questions, Bart, because we've spent an awful lot of time on this together. But first of all, I want to, say what a great job you and Stacy do through this entire process. I want to thank all the other countywide elected officials and our staff who put all their numbers together to make it all make sense. And I'm excited that we're in a good place going forward, right? This is a conservative budget, and I feel good about that. And Fairfield County continues to be largely in part, because of the work that these guys did years ago, but continue to be in a incredibly strong financial position, and I'm grateful for that.
Thank you.
Commissioner Davis, anything?
I echo Commissioner Fix's comments and appreciation to Bart and Stacy and everybody involved. Has the state issued its, I'm going to say that makeup pay or whatever for that week off? Has that money come in yet?
I don't believe so.
Okay.
I don't believe so.
The sales tax.
The sales tax holiday supposed to be reimbursed for that? That's what I'm asking about.
I'm not sure. I don't want to tell you yes or no, but I don't think so. I'll double check that.
Okay.
Get back with you.
Good job, Bart.
Anything else, Commissioner?
I do. Lost my check. That's fine. I think it's fine.
Sure.
You're good.
Thank you.
Bart.
That's a nice speech, Bart. You did a good job with that.
So we're going to start with public comment. We do have Major Brian DeMichael's coming, the Salvation Army, to do a presentation. As soon as he arrives, or even after, we'll get started with that. So public comment, those who wish to make public comment, please approach the podium and give your name and address, and you are limited to 3 minutes.
Good morning. Ray Stemen. Living in Emerald's out for the 188. And this may be the last meeting that I'll be attending because it's getting more difficult for me to get around. Part of it's my own doing, and part of it's this age too. And so I wish everybody in here a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. And I do enjoy these meetings. And I've been coming now for about 12 years, I believe. My figures. And I want to just say that I've seen a lot of changes. A lot of faces have changed. But this seems to be a good working group. And I hope they still maintain that relationship with the Lord Jesus. So at this time, I'd like to pray. Lord, we come before you at this time, thanking you for this past year. And we pray, Lord, we continue to look to improve this nation as a Christian nation, knowing that, Lord, our forefathers put together a system of government that will only last if we have Christian moral leaders. And so we thank you for that, Lord Jesus, for your guidance and directions over the years. And we pray for our nation that still has a lot of problems. And we know, Lord, that you're the only one that can direct us and keep it straight. We know this in Jesus' name. Amen.
Very self-right.
Ray, I hope you're able to come back and see us. Who would like to be next?
Morning, my name is Brian Everett. I live at 201 South High Street. I'll be very brief. I'm here on behalf of the Carnation Solar Project in Amanda Township. Just a brief update. Since we last spoke, we held our second public information meeting on November 20th. And Amanda had about 190 people attend. And then today I have what is our December newsletter that I'll just pass around. That's okay to minimize impact on the meeting. Thank you very much. Happy holidays. I'll see you next year.
You're right on time.
Well, check and see if there's anybody else. Check and see if there's anybody else wants to talk.
Is there any, please?
Good morning. My name is Melissa Hoover Connor and I live at 7710 Cattail Road outside of Pleasantville. I wanted to come this morning just to give you a quick update regarding the Eastern Cottontail project. We have procured letters or promises of letters from 12 of our 13 townships asking the Ohio Power Siting Board to deny the Eastern Cottontail project. I also want to let you know that I have been advised that sending a letter to the Ohio Power Siting Board, although it is effective, what really says something is when an organization such as ours or a government entity such as yours or an individual decides to act as an intervener on the project, having a seat at the table, an actual seat at the table with legal representation, which you would need should the Board of Commissioners decide to do so. If you decide to do so, you need to be registered with the Ohio Power Siting Board no later than Friday, December 20th. So a week from this Friday. Sorry, I'm always the person who keeps coming and asking for more, but that seems to be my job. So thank you very much for your time and consideration. I appreciate it very much.
Anyone else? Please.
Good morning, Stephanie Taylor, Habitat for Humanity, and I am excited to officially introduce Kelsey Snyder. So Kelsey is our new communications and marketing specialist with our organization, and she'll be based out of here in Lancaster, but she has the large task of covering all 8 of our counties and communicating for our organization through social media, newsletters, emails, and just being so very helpful to take a lot off of our plates that we've been doing for a long time now. So if you can't tell, I'm very excited to have her. This is going to be a great opportunity for our organization just to get more consistent with communication and getting our message and things that we're doing in the community out there on a more consistent and regular basis. So I think this is her first ever commissioners meeting in general, so I'm sure this will be all new for her, but You may hear from her. She may be getting some stuff from you guys at some point because, we want to highlight the partnerships that we have in this community and the ways that we're all involved here together and making this all happen. So
So communications,
Mhm.
more importantly, can you use a hammer?
I went to my first job site on Thursday, and that was the first time I've ever swung a hammer. But I didn't break a nail, and I didn't break a finger, so I was excited.
And she went with Park National on last Thursday, if anybody remembers, it was like 20 degrees. So it was a really great way for her to get initiated into girls. I felt really bad that we made her go out that day, but at the same time, it was a good experience. And she's already doing an amazing job for us, and we're really happy to have her. So wanted to introduce her and then just remind everybody, we are still building, even though it is 20-some degrees on some of these days. We are building on Graf Street and we need everybody possible. So right now we're on track, but if we don't get a lot of volunteers, we're gonna get behind and then that just pushes the schedule. So if you're interested, let me know. Happy out, but also, like everybody said, I hope everybody has a good Christmas and Happy New Year, and we're looking to see what 25 does.
So welcome to the team.
Yeah.
So you're the new communications coordinator. Does that mean Stephanie will be talking less?
Actually, for you, probably not.
It's a shot.
No.
Hope
No
you
one
guys have a
thinks
great
so.
holiday. Thank you.
If anything, talking more.
All right.
Thank you very much.
Yeah.
Any others on public comment? Just not. Major, I always wanted to say Captain, Major, Michael.
If you need some, the copy of the report I'll actually be talking about.
If we have it up on the screen for you too, Major.
Wonderful. That's awesome. I always love coming to present here and having a chance to speak before the commissioners. You guys are wonderful friends of ours, and we sincerely appreciate all of the help that you give to us. So I just want to kind of walk through our report to the community this year. There's some really exciting numbers that have come across this. I said to our team as I was looking at these, I said, I'm both encouraged, I'm joyful, and I'm a little sad at the same time. So I want to explain through some of these here. As you look at the report, they're still coming around there. It'll be up there on the screen. But our adult day services for this last year, as many of you know, that's our Samaritan Center that we use to serve seniors here in Fairfield County. And I just want to highlight a few of these here. This last year, we provided 2,198 days of care, and 59% of our clients have attended the program for a year or more. I go down to the lower ones there, and 100%. Sounds a little strange because you're probably like, maybe you might be skewing that number there a little bit. Well, 100% of our clients have said that their quality of life has improved because they are able to attend that program.
Major, I know somebody personally that used that, and, that's all they do is talk about how great it is.
It's a wonderful program, one of the things that I share is that it's actually a very unique program for the Salvation Army to Fairfield County. The next closest location that actually has a adult daycare center within our organization is in Syracuse, New York.
Oh my gosh.
So it was something that was identified in the needs assessment back in the late 70s, early 80s, that this was going to be an issue that Fairfield County was going to have. And we were thrilled to be able to provide that service then and to continue providing that service today. And it makes an impact in the lives of families. And looking there at the bottom there with caregivers, this was a new line that we added into our report this year because I think it's so telling. So of the 100% of our clients that attend, 20% of our clients attend so that their family members can continue to maintain employment. If it wasn't for the fact that that loved one was in our center during the day, they wouldn't be able to continue working and having a roof over their head. 66% of the families that are involved, the family member attends so that the caregiver, the other caregiver, can possibly have a chance to just get a break. I know of one senior who attended our program that his wife was thrilled that he came to the program because she got a chance to go out and still go golfing. Just a chance to kind of maintain some of her own sanity in that process. And so to be able to provide that is really huge. And then 14% of our clients attend solely for the purpose of socialization. And
the importance of socialization among seniors can't be overstated, because they get to the point that when you're lonely, you don't think that anyone else is there around you. It just really, it really impacts your overall mental and physical well-being. So we're excited that we're able to do that. On the right side there, you'll see some of our other programs and activities, and I'm really going to go down to that social ministries line. And I want to thank the county specifically for the resources that you gave us to support seniors through our feeding program or through our food pantry and through rent and utility assistance this year. And as you look at it there, that first line on social ministries there, this last year we served 13,866 individuals. That number is more than double what we did in 2023. Significant increase there. We were able to distribute 12,942 items through our Christmas cheer program. So that's actually what we have going on right now, along with the bell ringing and all those things, is we're in the process of getting toys and gifts out to children and families throughout the county. If you go to our to the former Golden Corral building right now, if you go in there, there's toys everywhere that are being sorted and bagged and put together for our big distribution day on December 20th. And again, we have another county agency that's a part that really helps us out. The SWAT team comes over, and that team just loves passing out the toys. It's always fun to see a SWAT team member go out and deliver toys to a car. They kind of look at the person like, yeah, I know you. Or it's always a little bit of fun there. And then that bottom one there, 102,492 or 495 meals that were distributed through our food pantry. That's a 52% increase over last year. Inflation has impacted our clients. It has impacted across the spectrum. What I've been surprised to see this year is the number of seniors that are going up in visiting our food pantry. Again, you guys were able to support us through that. We really appreciate that. Just as a way that we continue to be able to serve the county. But I'll flip the page there really quick. These are our financials here. This one often comes as a surprise to many in the community, but this last year, our budget, our income was $1,758,854. As you can see there, you can see the breakdown of how that income came in: 79% through contributions, 15% through government, 3% through investments, and 3% through United Way. The opposite side, I'm proud of this distribution and how this goes out, that 90% of our expenses this last year went out in program fees. Whether that is someone caring for a senior in the Samaritan Center, it's someone or bags of food, working with teenagers, that's where your money's going. When you give money to the Salvation Army, 90 cents of every dollar is going right back out the door in service to our community. Our administration this last year was 8%, and our fundraising was 2%, with expenses of $807,167. This past year, as I mentioned with the food pantry, we've seen those numbers go up. And with those numbers going up, it's required more food than we've had in the past. Part of our budget deficit has come in through situations like that this last year. When in the past, we used to be able to purchase one big food order a month from Mid-Ohio Food Bank. It maybe cost us $1,500-$1,600 and we'd be good. Now we're at least 2 orders a month, and they're closer to $3,000 per order. So as food costs have gone up for our clients, they've also gone up for us. But there at the bottom below that, you can see our leadership there, and then of course our advisory board listing there at the bottom. We're proud of our team. We've got a great board who has been very invested in what the Salvation Army is doing. So that's our annual report. Now, I did want to give you one other update while I was here. You were such a great support in helping us get our building campaign going on. We have finalized plans now, which we're excited about, and we are hoping to start construction on the first phase of that project here in the spring. So we are moving right along. We're looking at a target completion date of March of 2026. At least that's what our architect is telling us. But we're excited to continue moving on, and we're excited for what that impact is going to be on our community.
So, With that being said, you have a capital program going on.
We do.
And so how's that going?
We are at the 50% mark right now for the entire project. So that 50% mark includes the addition of a large community room to the building and a chapel to the front of the building. It's an $8 million project, and so we have just crossed the $4 million barrier, which is exciting. We are almost to the point that we can start. We don't want to call it phase one, but we're almost to our first benchmark when we can start to work on renovating the existing building. And we believe that as that process continues on and we continue on in the capital campaign, we'll be able to add those other two pieces on.
So hopefully deficit spending is not necessarily a good word.
Never fun.
And
Never.
so, is there any encouragement to make up those differences?
We are working on some other funding sources. We're working on making some adjustments there. One of the things is that for many years, our Samaritan Center have run in a little bit of a deficit. This last year, however, the average reimbursement rates for that program increased we were at one point, we were averaging about $80 a client a day, which wasn't breaking even. Now the average rate is closer to 110 a client a day, which is helping us to break even. As we continue to see those numbers go up, that's going to continue to help. We're always looking for new grant sources. We're out there ringing our bells off, if you will, right now, working on a great season. And, all those things kind of added together there and tightening our belts and things like that, finding ways to just be more effective. We had some reserves that we were able to tap into this last year. That's what helped us, we're still in the black. So hopefully that answers that question.
Yeah, first of all, thank you. The services that you provide our community are awesome and needed, and I deeply appreciate it. So thank you to you and your team for all that you do. I guess kind of along the lines of Commissioner Levacy's question, when you double your numbers, right? And there's probably a decent chance that momentum's not gonna turn the other direction. How do you sustain that kind of growth and still, I mean, you just mentioned all the ways you're going out to try to, trim expenses and raise more money. At what point, I guess, do you, hit the panic button that, this is a lot coming at us all at once?
We're not there yet, I'll put it that way.
Okay.
We're going to continue. Our mission has always been, we want to serve folks, as many folks as we possibly can because the need's out there. We never want to turn someone away. And so I don't think we're at the panic button yet. Something I'll have to think a little bit more on that one and get back to you.
Yeah, and I'm not trying to pin you down or anything. I'm just, that's great that you guys are doing this incredible work in reaching that many people. When you say our numbers are doubling, that's staggering.
It's
in your time.
It is.
So I just want to, I guess, express that concern that, gosh, I hope it doesn't, I don't know how to phrase that, but it's, I'll just, what I was trying to say.
Yeah.
Thanks.
And we're going to continue getting the story out. More and more folks that know about the story. One of the things that we enjoy as part of our capital campaign presentations is we've been doing these small groups at the Golden Corral. So we've had the opportunity to kind of share with what the Salvation Army does in the community. In forums like this, the opportunity to share with what the Salvation Army does in the community. And what we've found is that the more people have learned about what we're doing, the more interested they become in the mission. So we're continuing to get that message out and just continuing to serve. And, I don't want to go pastor on everybody, but we're also trusting that if God gives us the extra, he gives us the increase, that he's going to give us the resources that we need.
That is your national program ever step in to say, hey, we're here to help financially, or is that not part of it?
That's not how it works, unfortunately, with the Salvation Army. Within the Salvation Army, what we raise in Fairfield County stays in Fairfield County, and it's what we have to use here in Fairfield County. So it's kind of that, you've got that wonderful double-edged sword that we can say, what we raise here stays here, but there's not resources that come from a national level.
And last question for me, of the fundraising you do, and the contributions you receive, 79% of your revenue, what percentage of that comes from the kettles?
About 7%.
Okay,
Yeah, about 7%. Kettles is the time that we're most visible, that everybody is thinking about it, and it's one of those wonderful ways. I love the kettle program because everybody can be a part of it, whether it's, you're dropping in a couple of pennies or a dollar. But it's only about 7% of what we do here in Fairfield County.
thank you very much.
And above you, he's flipping through our folks that were ringing the bell at Kroger East Side this past weekend.
Wonderful, wonderful. And I don't have that number. I wanted to have that number to tell you guys today, and I forgot to grab that number as I was running out of the office today. But I'll get it to Ani, I promise.
Mr. Davidson.
How many questions they meaningful to you, your organization, and the relationship that we have between our organizations? Thank you.
So, Major, and I'll get used to saying that, we want to be helpful. I'm not sure how we can be helpful, but we would like to be helpful, so we'll continue this conversation at the end of the next year.
Absolutely. We see the county as a great friend and a great partner. And we very much, I want to echo in reverse what you said, Commissioner Davis. We very much appreciate the relationship that you guys have with us and the support that you give to us.
And there's a lot of great grant opportunities out there, and so maybe in that regard, we could be helpful.
Are they eligible to now?
No, you're reading my mind, Dave's mind, and Rick's mind. We're having a little text thread here about to see how Hicks could potentially be. We would have to expand that contract. Rick reminded me that they had mentioned that's not really their wheelhouse, but they have added some new staff. So we're gonna have Rick reach back out and ask that question again, just so that we would have information to make an informed decision.
Because at the end of the day, none of us are experts, so.
That's why we have good teams around us, right?
Exactly.
Well, I want to just have a few copies of this.
Sure. Oh, just so you can see those plans. It's very nice. Oh, right there.
Oh, how exciting. Thanks. Well, when it is time to, cut the ribbon, make sure to.
When we get ready to break, then we're gonna have you guys there for sure,
So
so.
we need a big sign up here where it can be seen.
I like that.
Yeah, I like that.
Awesome. Thank you, Major.
Thank you, Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
Thank you.
Right, anything on legal?
Yeah. Sorry, I missed that.
Amy said nothing.
Right, county administration update on.
All right, thank you, Commissioner. You did see we had pictures up there, where there was a number of us that did participate in the Red Kettle campaign and rang the bell, eagerly awaiting our numbers. I don't think anyone that rang the bell was shy, so we hopefully brought forth some additional funds for them there. And thanks to everybody who did volunteer. Fairfield County subdivision regulations. Commissioners held a public hearing last Tuesday, December 3rd for the subdivision regulations. And then that same evening, Regional Planning Commission voted to approve those revisions. And therefore the subdivision regulations can be viewed on the county's website under the Regional Planning Commission and their subdivisions tab. Yay!
So I just, I know I've probably said this, half a dozen times already, but that's a big lift. And the amount of work that Holly and her team put in to bring that to fruition is pretty amazing. We're already seeing some of the townships and villages pull down from that even before we passed it. We had a village that was adopting the new regulations. So I just want to again say thank you, Holly. Really, really good work. And, when I'm out talking around Central Ohio for the state, CCAO about how we're doing this. The fact that we've got now our comprehensive land use plan done, thank you, Rick, and model zoning to back that up, puts us in a position that no other county that I'm aware of is doing those things at this time. So really appreciate you guys and all the leadership to move those projects along. We're in a good spot.
Thank you, Holly. You were Christmas gift a couple years ago, so thank you. Found out that the state awarded some brownfield remediation grants. In total, they distributed 86.1 million to 81 projects across 46 counties. The land bank received $254,606 in funding for the remediation of the former Laurel Market gas station. And this project involves the removal and closure of 2 abandoned underground storage tanks and remediation of petroleum contaminated soil. Those activities will be conducted in accordance with the Ohio EPA and Bureau of Underground Storage Tank regulations. And following remediation, the property will be transferred to Walnut Township or a private entity for redevelopment. Treasurer Bonson, do you want to add anything on that?
Pretty well covered the whole subject there. And so we're in the process of making sure everybody understands their responsibilities, the whole process. Thank you.
Great, awesome. Thank you to you and Michael and the rest of the land bank team. ED 411 conference. So Fairfield County and the city of Lancaster were very well represented at last week's Economic Development 411. There's a picture up there, an event that's orchestrated by the Columbus region. It brings together more than 750, I think, individuals from local governments, community organizations, and businesses across the 11 counties that comprise Central Ohio. ED 411 is a half-day meeting of the minds and development of partnerships. Our very own Rick Zabrak spoke at the event, did a very nice job representing Fairfield County. So folks that were there along with us, you can see folks from the city of Lancaster, Fairfield County, Visit Fairfield County, Destination Downtown Lancaster, De Leon Real Estate Group, Ohio University, they happened to not be in the picture, but they were there, and the Lancaster Fairfield Chamber of Commerce. So it was really kind of cool. Now we did have to try to hold 2 tables for everybody to sit together. That got tricky in a group of 750, but it was really neat to look across our 2 tables and see everybody coming together for that same collaborative, cooperative purpose. And I think we were very unique in that room, having all of those folks there, and we all talked to each other and liked each other. So it was really cool. Rick, would you add anything?
So, ran out of color film for you.
We live better in So, no, it was great. Also, Mr. Fairfield Holmes was there, and there was some. Port Authority, different 3 lines, they were all scattered out in different places. But it's just great to see this sort of collaboration. I didn't see any other counties in cities coming together and making pictures together. So it's a great event. And the president of they'll have a building exchange this year and next year. And so I've had help in planning this. And it's great to see such a turnout and support from our town.
Awesome. Great job, Rick. Highlights of resolutions review packet does contain a list of administrative approvals, and there are 32 resolutions on the agenda for the regular voting meeting today. The first resolution for you to consider, drum roll please. Thank you. Is the resolution for the 2025 annual appropriations budget. There are also 2 resolutions on to approve Meals on Wheels Senior Hub Community Grant Awards. The first resolution is approving 16 grants totaling $218,385. The follow-up resolution is what we talked about last week. This would be providing $15,000 grant for a grocery delivery project in Violet Township. That just happened outside of their normal grant cycle. 2 resolutions appointing RPC board members. The first is to reappoint Vince Carpico, and the second resolution appoints Tiffany Wilson. And Holly, I think this rounds out all of our vacancies.
It does. Thank you guys very much for working hard and being great representatives. So I look forward to having that up.
Awesome, thank you. And Bennett, you'll make sure if that resolution does pass today, to communicate with folks and then connect them with Holly, please. Absolutely. Wonderful. There's a resolution for approving the right of entry agreement with ODOT for the 33 Pickerington Road interchange project. This allows ODOT to continue with that project while still reserving our right to negotiate right of way. Auditor's Office has a resolution to authorize the approval of a contract amendment with Tyler Technologies for maintenance and support of enterprise ERP and related applications. A resolution from the Engineer's Office for a change order for the Salt Barn pavement project. A resolution to approve a contract with Steed, Hammond, Paul doing business as SHP Architects. And this is for the Sheridan Center renovations. And also a resolution to approve the RFQ for design services for SHP architects. John, do you have anything on that?
Just excited to get started and actually. SHP's partner in workforce centers. No, it's Sandra.
Okay, I just want to make sure, we're just giving you the.
You keep calling me
Sorry, yes.
something.
Yeah, yeah, it was like, wait, what? Yeah. Scared me. Yeah, sorry. Yeah. Allowing, while we're not meeting, for me to continue to execute that
If
contract.
it doesn't go right, then
Yep.
you're full.
That's on me. Resolution to approve the bid award from Elite Air for the HVAC replacement on the roof of the Government Services Building. A resolution approving a lease amendment for the agreement with Congressman Troy Alderson. I think that has gone very well. I think they're appreciative of that space, and we are appreciative of having them there. Resolution from JFS to approve an updated agreement between JFS and Transit for demand responsive transportation services. Resolution from the Sheriff's Office to enter into a grant agreement with ODNR for the Marine Patrol Program. Sheriff's Office has a 25% match for this grant, and the grant is capped at $35,000. Transit has a resolution to authorize them to file grants with ODOT through the Federal Transit Administration. Utilities has a resolution for land lease agreements with Hummel Farms, R. Miller Farms, Grant Family Farms, and Beard Farms. This was an RFP process for folks that would be wanting to farming the parcels there that we have. It was a competitive process. And, the bulk of the parcel where it was awarded to the highest bidder. There were some situations where it made more sense to have that contiguous farmer farm those parcels. Josh, anything else you'd add on that?
Yeah, and with the Hummel's farming, it works out that it's new, Henderson Road overpass at Thunder Road 33 with, Allen Road being vacated. This will let them have access to fields, and don't have to worry about making new accesses.
Great. Well, thank you to both you and Tony for your work on that project. And then lastly, Utilities has a resolution to approve the contract award to Mid-Ohio Utilities for the Greenfield Water Main Extension Project. And this is one of our last ARP projects that is in process. Bert, anything else on budget review? Great, thank you. Rochelle, calendar review and invitations received, please.
Thank you. The Transportation Improvement District meets this afternoon at 1 p.m. at the Record Center. Ronimus Sellers will have a ribbon cutting ceremony tomorrow at 3:30 p.m. Commissioner Levesey has a Walnut Stormwater Mitigation meeting tomorrow at 7 p.m. at the former American Legion Hall in Millersport. JFS has their all-staff meeting December 12th at the Liberty Center. The Fairfield County Economic Update is December 13th at 8:30 a.m. at the Fairfield County Workforce Center. MCJDC Holiday Happenings event is December 13th at 10:30 a.m. The South Licking Water Conservancy District annual meeting is December 13th at 2 p.m. at the Licking County Administration Building in Newark. The commissioners received the following correspondence: a save the date for the Morpsey State of the Region event, which will be held on March 21st, a letter from the Executive Director of Community Action, a letter regarding the Fairfield County Early Childhood Association Board and Gift of Time event. The Lancaster Fairfield County Chamber of Commerce sent a news release titled Lancaster Fairfield County Chamber of Commerce announces 2025 Civics Bee participation. A congratulatory note to Commissioners Levesey and Davis on their re-elections from the Columbus Partnership. A memo from Dr. Carrie Brown regarding lodging tax update and social media outreach. The auditor's wins of the week. Correspondence regarding industrial solar projects, and a flyer for upcoming events from the Fairfield County Park District. That's it.
Thank you, Rochelle. One of those items there in correspondence, I just will highlight, we did receive word that Randall Hunt is now going to be the Executive Director of Community Action as golly, chief, who's there right now? Clinton, thank you. Clinton Davis. It will be moving on after the end of the year, so there's a period of transition and overlap with both of them. That's all.
Mr. Davis, any old business? Mr. Fix?
Yeah, so old business, while we were sitting here, Holly texted me, let me know that Pleasant Township last night approved their new comprehensive plan. That was taken generally from the comprehensive plan that we did. So, just reinforcing that what we're doing is getting some traction. Did attend the RPC meeting last week. And the new members are already participating and asking questions, and it's good to get some different energy in that room. So I'm excited about adding one more new member and having Vince be reappointed. The dynamic in that room is changing over time, and that's a really positive thing. Ani and I saw Tony Vogel there, and there were probably others that attended the CCO Winter Conference. Had an opportunity to host a roundtable discussion on housing, and that was well received. Thursday, just jumping into new business, Thursday, going to Rushville to do a land use presentation with them. Really want to thank whoever took the time to decorate this room and the rest of the building. It's really festive and appreciated. And I am apologizing in advance for not being able to spend the rest of the day with you guys as you two are sworn in and we have a holiday celebration with our staff. I have a Ohio Restaurant Association board meeting that started 15 minutes ago in North Columbus, and I'll be scooting out of here pretty quick. So hoping that all of you here know how much you're appreciated for all that you do, and that you have a great Christmas and a wonderful New Year.
Like last week, Commissioner Davis and myself, we attended a working meeting at the new Fairfield Methodist Hospital. But what a great facility. I mean, it's awesome. And the director or president, whatever his title is, said that they gone beyond expectation. Matter of fact, they had to add additional space for parking. And in some of the build out area, they actually had to start utilizing that for future expansion. And there's some plans maybe on the books to do additional expansion. So it's a great addition to Fairfield County and Violet Township and Pickerington. So I was happy to be there. Commissioner, thanks. Any new business?
I just did it, thanks.
Okay. So new business, our last meeting, I'd like to wish everybody a happy New Year as well as a blessed Christmas, and hope everybody's safe and enjoys the holidays. Commissioner Davis, anything?
Now, we had a chance earlier to thank people for their work on the budget, but I didn't get a chance to thank myself for my contributions. Just wanted to thank me.
Thanks, Steve. Steve, thank you. That's right, we need to. And then, so the chair downstairs, is that for you as one Santa?
That's not for me. It's been offered, but I said no, thank you.
So anything you'd like to,
After following Commissioner Davis, it's kind of difficult sometimes to put on a serious face and talk about what's going on. We're in the process of adding some new technology that will help our daily processing of payments and also our daily balancing. So working on that here the next month or so. So we're excited about that. Other than that, same as everyone else, have a Merry Christmas, a blessed and Happy New Year. Thank you.
And congratulations, Grandpa, again. Thanks.
Thank you. Have a new addition to the family. Estelle Rose was born on Friday, December the 6th. So we were down there in Nashville and enjoyed it thoroughly. Thank you.
and Ani also has an addition or something.
Yes, yours was on Sunday.
Silas Ryan, and he was born at the Pickerington Hospital, so it is beautiful.
Grandma have a nickname yet?
Whatever they call me, but Nana Ani or Nani is,
Nani, I like
maybe
it.
the fun one that's being thrown out
catchy.
there.
Can we call you that too?
Nani. Everybody got it? It's catchy. Like it? Nani?
We've been a proponent of boss lady. So, Jim, you mentioned technology. So as I have a certain routine when I come for Tuesday meetings. I go to the Lorena and do some office work. I get in my car, and when I get in my car, it pops up on the screen and said, you'll arrive at the courthouse at certain time. It's like, how did it know that?
That's scary.
It's scary, right?
It's very scary.
Hey, Lisa, anything?
I don't have anything new, but I do want to say thank you for everyone's collaboration in 2024. I'm just so happy and thankful that we have such a great group of folks working together, and wish you all Merry Christmas and Happy New Year.
So I saw Gene Wood yesterday and I invited him to come to our, open
He's
house.
been calling me all morning.
Well, I
Yeah.
think he wants to know what time the open house is.
Sending to voicemail.
You better go get it.
So, you have an employee retiring.
I do. After 20 plus years, Lori Kennedy will be retiring. Her last day will be on Christmas Eve. So we offered to let her not stay on that day. And she's like, oh no, it's a half a day. Why wouldn't I come? So she loves her job right up till the end. So yeah, and we've already replaced her with Holly Lybrook, and Holly is doing a phenomenal job. She's got major experience and is a former recorder employee from the early 90s. So we're very, very fortunate to have her, and moving forward.
Dr. Brown?
Merry Christmas, everyone. In the update today, talked a little bit about the lodging tax for the end of the year. 90% of the lodging tax that goes to the Visitors and Convention Bureau and the Decorative Arts Center is from traditional hotels, and they are all current. 10% comes from short-term rentals. I am aware that Senate Bill 186 has an amendment in it that includes the ongoing provision of the 1.5% for the Decorative Arts Center. I received a call about that from August yesterday. When it comes to the 2025 general fund with revenues, we will monitor the sales tax. That's one area that could increase as consumer confidence grows. In 2024, we did not have the reasonable ability to increase that, but it might happen in 2025, so we'll continue to monitor that. Looking forward to ongoing technology improvements with Tyler Technologies, and also with the MAPSIS-oriented dock link, which I'm going to Bloom Township to provide a presentation about later this week, as well as the lot split application. With the enterprise resource planning, we will have about a 9-month strategic outroll of purchase orders that will be decentralized, which will give departments a little more control, a little more efficiency, a little more speed. And so we're looking forward to that as well in 25.
Josh, anything from utilities?
Just want to say thank you for the ARP funds for the Greenville water main extension. That's going to help out the system a lot.
You signed it here this morning.
Thank you.
Rick, you always have something.
Yeah, so the Deals on Wheels grant was for transit, which is $24,000. That's our thanks a lot for that.
Board clerk will take that.
I had the opportunity to attend the groundbreaking for the new terminal at John Glenn International Airport yesterday. We don't really think about how important that is, but one of probably the number one knock that we get when trying to bring companies here is that there are not a lot of direct flights out of Columbus to reach places. So for one, Columbus has been a huge effort, and all of the airlines were there, very supportive. And it's game changer, but it will bring more business to our regions.
That's a 2-year project.
2029. If John were responsible, we got it to. And then our economic update is Friday at 8:30. It starts officially at 9. And then once the conference is open, register. I got a great presenter. We just really dive into the economy globally, nationally.
So John, the new HVAC units for the JFS, that's going to be lifted by the top.
No, those are a bit too heavy for additional crane, probably sometime in June. Little ways away before Corey. Strong.
Just don't shut off the existing air until you can replace that. Anything else, John?
No, just excited. There's a lot of projects. You can see in the resolution. Major capital projects as soon as
especially the workforce center.
Workforce sharing, like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's great.
Yeah, anything important going on?
Loaded questions. No update from IT today.
Just crash or anything?
Thankfully.
Okay, it's great.
I'll give a quick update on the holiday donation drive. It's going very, very well. We had hoped to get around 50 bikes. That's the number one item on the wish list. So we had hoped to get about 50 bikes to fill those requests, and we've received 80. So maybe even giving a few more bikes than we're even asked for. And so we've gotten a lot of really generous donations this year. And if you ever need a mood boost, you can swing by and kind of see the North Pole that's going on at JFS right now, our conference rooms, and every hallway and every area that we can find is stacked up with kids. So again, about 500 children and elderly will be fulfilling their wish list this year.
Well, be sure to thank you and your staff for all your hard work in that regard, because that's outside of your job requirements, right?
It is a lot of work, but very rewarding at the same time.
So pass that along as well.
I certainly will.
Y'all decorated it so much.
We had to. Rise if you're able and join me in the pledge of allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice.
Yes, there will be an additional resolution for your consideration this morning. This would be Resolution 2024-12.10.GG, and I will introduce it after the other commissioner resolutions.
Approval of minutes for December 3rd, 2020.
So moved.
Discussion? Being none, roll call, please.
Commissioner Fix?
Yes.
Commissioner Davis? Commissioner Levesey?
Yes.
Minutes past 3-0. From the Commissioners, Resolution 2024-12.10.a. Resolution approving the 2025 annual appropriation measure, the 2025 county budget.
The Commissioners, I move items A, B, C, D, E, F, G, and H.
Second. Discussion. You know, again, to reiterate, I believe Commissioner Fix mentioned the hard work, everybody that was involved in putting this budget together and making a budget that we can live with. Stacy, Art, everybody. So again, thank you. Additional discussion? Roll call, please.
Commissioner Fix?
Yes.
Commissioner Davis? Commissioner Levesey?
Yes.
Motion passes 3-0. Also from the Commissioners, Resolution 2024-12.10.GG. This would be a resolution approving a right of entry agreement with the Ohio Department of Transportation regarding the USR 33 Pickerington Road Interchange Project.
So moved.
Discussion? Roll call, please.
Commissioner Fix?
Yes.
Commissioner Davis?
Yes.
Commissioner Levesey?
Yes.
Motion passes 3-0. The Fairfield County Auditor, Resolution 2024-12.10.I. A resolution authorizing the approval of a contract amendment between Tyler Technologies Incorporated and the Fairfield County Commissioners.
So moved.
Discussion?
Say thank you to the members of the ERP Governance Committee. They've done a tremendous job. Thank you, Tammy Brown Thompson, for her speed and efficiency in getting the legal language approved. Sometimes people talk about the speed in the private sector. Let's just say the public sector, it was twice as fast. And I appreciate that at this time of year.
Additional discussion? Roll call, please.
Commissioner Fix?
Yes.
Commissioner Davis?
Yes.
Commissioner Levesey?
Yes.
Motion passes 3-0. Also from the Fairfield County Auditor Real Estate, Resolution 2024-12.10.J, a resolution authorizing memo expense memo receipt for reimbursement of agency share of ArcGIS online license fees for Fund 2022 REA Department.
So moved.
Discussion?
This is just an efficient way to charge those licensing fees through one resolution.
Additional discussion? Roll call, please.
Commissioner Fix?
Yes.
Commissioner Davis?
Yeah.
Commissioner Levesey?
Yes.
Motion passes 3-0. From Fairfield County Board of Developmental Disabilities, Resolution 2024-12.10.K. A resolution to approve a memo expense memo receipt for the cost of transportation for individuals paid to Lancaster Fairfield Public Transit as a memo expenditure for Fund 2060.
So moved.
Discussion? Roll call, please.
Commissioner Fix?
Yes.
Commissioner Davis?
Yeah.
Commissioner Levesey?
Yes.
Motion passes 3-0. From the Fairfield County Engineer, Resolution 2024-12.10.L. A resolution to approve a change order for the Salt Barn Concrete Pavement Project.
The Fairfield County Engineer, I move items L into M.
Discussion? Seeing none, roll call, please.
Commissioner Fix?
Yes.
Commissioner Davis?
Yes.
Commissioner Levesey?
Yes.
Motion passes 3-0. From Fairfield County Facilities, Resolution 2024-12.10.n. A resolution to approve a contract between Steed Hammond Paul Incorporated, DBA SHP Architects Incorporated, and the Fairfield County Commissioners.
The Fairfield County Facilities, I move items N, O, P, and Q.
Discussion? Seeing none, roll call, please.
Commissioner Fix?
Yes.
Commissioner Davis? Commissioner Levesey?
Yes.
Motion passes 3-0. From Fairfield County Job and Family Services, Resolution 2024-12.10.R. A resolution to approve a memo expense memo receipt for the cost of birth certificates paid to Fairfield County Health Departments as a memo expenditure for Fund 2072.
For Job and Family Services, I move items R, S, T, U, V, W, X, Y, and Z.
Discussion?
I'll just note that you there allows Director Clark to be able to work with other counties throughout the state to maximize funding where some are not spending it in areas, and we would be able to move that money amongst the two counties very efficiently. Very helpful.
Additional discussion? Roll call, please.
Commissioner Fix?
Yes.
Commissioner Davis?
Yes.
Commissioner Levesey?
Yes.
Motion passes 3-0. From the Fairfield County Sheriff, Resolution 2024-12.10.AA. A resolution to enter into a grant agreement with the Ohio Department of Natural Resources.
So moved.
Discussion? Seeing none, roll call, please.
Commissioner Fix?
Yes.
Commissioner Dayton? Commissioner Levesey?
Yes.
Motion passes 3-0. For Fairfield County Transit, Resolution 2024-12.10.BB. A resolution to authorize the filing of applications with the Ohio Department of Transportation for grants through the United States Department of Transportation Federal Transit Administration and any other grants that become available through ODOT, and executing a contract with ODOT upon each grant application approval.
So moved.
Discussion? Roll call, please.
Commissioner Fix?
Yes.
Commissioner Davis?
Yes.
Commissioner Levesey?
Yes.
Motion passes 3-0. From Fairfield County Utilities, Resolution 2024-12.10.CC. Approval of land lease agreements with Hummel Farms, R. Miller Farms, Grant Family Farms, and Beard Farms.
For Fairfield County Utilities, I move items CC, DD, and EE.
Discussion?
What's from CC? New thing, or just a or renegotiation of prior lease?
Every 5 years, the just agreement. Of lease agreement, and the department used to have, they're no longer farming. So that also sort of coincides with the middle farming plan. So we put it back out to bid. And the farmers, and then they decided what we chose, thought the best suitable needs.
Yes, sir.
I just don't remember seeing this before.
Sure, I have. And the rate we're being paid is actually a very good rate, so.
Very
Additional discussion? Roll call, please.
Commissioner Fix?
Yes.
Commissioner Davis?
Yes.
Commissioner Levesey?
Yes.
Motion passes 3-0. Payment of bills, Resolution 2024-12.10.FF. A resolution authorizing approval of payment of invoices for departments that need Board of Commissioners approval.
So moved.
Discussion? Being none, roll call please.
Commissioner Fix?
Yes.
Commissioner Davis?
Yes.
Commissioner Levesey?
Yes.
Motion passes 3-0. The 2025 reorganization meeting is scheduled for January 7th at 8:45 a.m. and the review and regular meeting will follow at 9 a.m.
Any additional item to come before the Board of Commissioners at this time,
If I may.
please?
Just want to state for the record that Ray Stemen has been coming to our commissioner meetings for the past 12 years. And has been very consistent in being here and in holding us accountable and, being a watchdog for the community, right? And Ray and I haven't always agreed on different topics. I do greatly appreciate, the fact that this guy takes time out of his day every week to come here and be a part of our meetings. It's kind of a big deal. So Ray, a salute to you. Hope that we see you here again, but if this is in fact your last meeting, your time here has been appreciated.
It may have been mentioned earlier today, but on Friday, the 13th, there'll be a Christmas presentation by the juveniles at the Molly County Juvenile Detention Center. I had a chance to see that last year and I thought it was incredibly moving and the children really seem to appreciate just a full opportunity there. So I'm looking forward to that. And if folks get a chance to be a part of that, I think you would really enjoy that. The other thing I just wanted to mention is as this meeting concludes, so there's my 30th year of public service as a leader in the community. And occasionally, because of my age and length of service, I get asked how much longer I might serve. And I don't know the answer to that. But as long as I am passionate about serving and feel probably enough, I want to do it. I just wanted folks to know that I remain extremely grateful for the opportunity to be a leader.
Well, excuse me, well said. Any additional item coming before this time?
Motion to adjourn. Second.
All in favor signify by saying aye. We are adjourned.